This is Dave Brixius.
This is your man Joe Cleezy.
And this is the program special edition. We're here with Coach Fino. Coach Fino, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Super Bowl
No problem at all.
coach of the Super Bowl champs, Central Dauphin Colts, baby.
Sitting next to greatness.
Yes, we are sitting next to greatness. And it's, we had on a couple weeks ago, we had Coach Stone from Middletown, which we are 7 stars, I'm sorry. We greatly appreciate coming out. And this is what we're trying to do. We'd like to try to do this hopefully for the next year. Get the coaches interested. They come out, talk about some of their team. But we wanted to bring you guys out because of what you guys have accomplished. Not just this year, but last year, being the first team, the midget level, the American Conference, winning the CFA title. And then, you won the last one of the KMFC. So this is really three-peat in your guys' 2 year, two-peat, repeat in the CFA. But it's just fantastic. What was your feeling? I mean, you were there last year. You were there the year before. Is this any different? I mean, did it feel any different when you won? Was it like, all right, yes, another one in the bag? What did it feel like?
Probably Coach Dennison, our head coach, gave a good feel for it. And at the beginning of the season, he told our players that, hey, we won as a program, won last year's Super Bowl and the Super Bowl before that. But as a team, this group of players, you haven't won anything yet. And we have to come together as a team and not treat this as defending Super Bowl champs, but going out and having our chance to win our own championship, our own identity as a team. And I thought that was a great approach on how he had it. Keeps you hungry, makes you feel like you're not having to worry about losing something, but you definitely have something to win and gain your own identity with this team this year.
That's awesome.
Now, during any part of the season, was it, I don't want to say hard, but was it hard to motivate your players at times? To not be too confident, I guess?
Any team that you have, you got to understand the identity of the players. And I know you just had the players up here interviewed. This particular team had such great leadership. Our quarterback, our linemen, it's just such great leadership all around as players and as individuals that, quite frankly, when we needed to tweak it, and there was times we needed to tweak the intensity, it didn't take much. And all we had to do was really talk to a leader or two, and then the rest of the team followed that leader.
Yeah, and we mentioned in the last one, with the kids and the program, you guys have a program. I think, I talked to somebody the other day about Alabama, university, and I said, they don't reload. I mean, they just reload. They don't rebuild. They reload, and you look at them over the years. That's sort of like what you guys do. You guys just reload. And it goes to the coaching staff because, you get new kids. Yeah. They buy into the system from here on up, but they buy into that system. And then when they come to that midget level, they know what's expected of them, and I think that's what I give you guys a lot of credit for, because I always said you can't count these guys out. And somebody said, well, the third seed, blah, 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 Harrisburg's definitely a team. I said, I agree with you, but I said their coaching staff will overcome a lot of deficiencies where there could be deficiencies just because of how good they are and how well they coach these kids up and how fundamentally sound it is. So just talk on that, about your coaching staff in general. I mean, because you've got a great coaching staff, Coach Dennison all the way down.
Well, we're blessed to have a very solid, experienced coaching staff. These are people that are there not for reasons nothing short of the kids' best interest, and in that they get the interest of the parents involved. I mean, you need good players and good coaches to be competitive, no doubt. But when you go ahead and win a Super Bowl year after year, that's a community effort. That's the parent deciding to leave work early in order to get their kid to practice on time. That's the parents making sure their kids come coachability. So as much as I appreciate the compliment about the coaching staff, and I will say I'm around some excellent coaches with this staff as a whole, to get Super Bowl caliber year after year, that's a community, that's a parental community entire for players, coaches, parents. The high school staff comes down and trains with us before the season starts and maintains their interest. That group effort is probably the overall effort that's led to Super Bowl championships, not just being a competitive team.
Yeah. I was going to ask, how much interaction does your program have with the Central Dauphin High School football team?
Yeah, Central Dauphin, the head coach, all the assistant coaches, they come down beforehand. They run a clinic with our coaches on all our levels, so that and they go out and get themselves trained by college coaches. So that's how that comes down and filters out well for us. And for years, the Cumberland Valley program, for years when they were dominant, you knew their peewees were being taught the very same terminology and verbiage that their varsity was running, and a solid program for them. That broke the model for us, and Coach Mack was able to build strong relationships with with the Colts program here, and that's really yielded results for us here.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely shows. It definitely shows. I mean, you continue to see the influx into the Central Dauphin program, pretty much primarily from the Central Dauphin Lincolnstown youth program here. I know some probably kids cross over from Holy Name and stuff like that. You probably get some from there, but you can see that process of just growing up, and it just amazes me. Give me one of your highlights of the season, besides the Super Bowl win, because that's always, you know what I mean? You can always go back and say, I won the Super Bowl, that's the biggest highlight. What else was a highlight for you this year? Team-wise and personally.
I got to tell you, there's an expression, never waste a good loss. And when we lost to Carlisle, it was the second loss of the season, I mean, quite frankly, that took us by surprise. We didn't have an offense run up 20, I think they might have ran up 26 points or 28 points on us. We didn't have that in any other game prior to that I can think of. And it was tough because our team took that very, very hard. And when they took a good look at themselves, some of them and some of our leaders realized that they may have been able to play better. And as a coaching staff, I realized that we needed to prepare a little bit better. So the highlight really wasn't so much, it's great to beat your rival in a Super Bowl, but the week before when we come out and avenge that loss to Carlisle, that is one of the best running backs I've seen. And you can only contain that kid when you play team defense. Everyone has to be selfless, execute their assignment. And boy, did these kids rise to that occasion. I was really pleased with that effort and that preparation learning from that loss.
That's awesome, just to hear that. And I love to hear when coaches talk about the losses, how you learn from a loss. Because everybody loves the positive, the glory. Hey, yeah, we won. But I always tell everybody, I said, I learned more from my loss. I know Ed has spoken on it too. We've learned more from our losses and learned how to become more successful in life and more positive. And I wish more kids would understand. It's not always about winning. It's not always about getting a trophy. It's about learning from the loss and how can you handle that loss and make yourself better. And you guys seem like, as a coaching staff, as a team, did that. Because you guys recovered from that. You got to play them, rematch them there, like you said, in the second round of the playoffs, and take care of business, which is awesome. I love to hear stories like that of coaches talk about not only just the success they have, but also the loss and how they learn from that to help educate the kids. Because sports isn't, you'd probably agree, I know I've known you for a while when we were with Central Dauphin for years. It's not just about the wins. And sports just isn't just about sports, it's about life. And I think that's a key that you guys do a great job is with the coaching staff, because I know a lot of the coaches on there, you guys teach them life skills. And that's what I love to see with these young kids, the life that they're going to live future generations on. So, that's a compliment to you guys. The parents definitely, but also to you guys. You guys are there with them, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 nights a week, and then on weekends, all fall with them. So compliment to you guys.
And I want to say something briefly along those lines too. That has to do with every person that volunteers and puts effort and time for these programs, for all these teams. It's nice to be here to get the recognition as the Super Bowl champs, but week in and week out, these youth sports on all levels, parents, coaches, trainers, yourself, I've heard us all take the message and make sure they apply it beyond their sport, but in their classroom and in their life moving forward. That's by far the most important thing why we're here and why I'm blessed to continue to do this.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else to add, Ed? I know you always got some crazy questions there.
No,
some predictions. Predictions, right? You should predict for next year. You're going to go for the 4P?
I go for the 4P. Do you lose a lot of kids from this year's team?
Yeah, we do. We lost them year after year, but we've been blessed. You always get that, a success attracts success. And you never know when you get that talented person that we didn't expect. We had someone move in from Texas this year, and we were blessed to use that gentleman. Matter of fact, he came up with that interception at the end. That was fantastic. So you always hope on that, and it's any school, anywhere. But regardless of whoever comes, the bottom line is if we're here to teach character, and football's our classroom, regardless of that outcome of the season, if you stick to that, you're always going to have a good season.
That's awesome. Great message. That's the message. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. Once again, congratulations. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
And I think Coach hit on it perfectly here. All the organizations out there, all the volunteers, all the parents, all the kids, all the coaches. Joe and I have done this from week one, and we always talk about it. We appreciate you guys and all the dedication that you guys put in the time to help educate these young athletes, these young kids, to grow up to be positive role models, positive people in society. You don't need any more negative in this society. It's great to see that you got great people like this spreading that message, and that's what we need more of. We definitely need more of that out there. And all the guys that have been involved, best of luck. If you guys are an 8th grader moving on to the high school level, best of luck with your careers. Guys that are coming back, you didn't win the Super Bowl or whatever, you didn't make the playoffs or whatever. Now's your chance to get in the all season, get your work in, get what you needed done. I know Joe's pushing the PA Elite Football Academy, which will start up in January. You can go to PA Swag.
Yep, paswag.net. Actually, you can check out highlights from the Super Bowl games this week. They'll probably be up this Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, so
and
Joe was out at
Classic games as well. So.
Yeah, so Joe was out. You can definitely go back and check back past episodes that we've done as well.
And also, any other Super Bowl coach that won this past weekend, feel free to hit us up on email.
Yeah, please.
Tape it one more time next week.
We're going to definitely tape one more time.
Tape a couple times if we have to.
Yeah,
but,
it doesn't matter. You let us know what works for you guys. We'll get you in. Any coach, I know a couple that couldn't make it tonight said they would like to, but we'll also do a recap of the Turnpike Classic that's coming up this upcoming weekend. I know we'll be out probably Saturday games over at Central Day. If you get a chance, get to see some of these kids. Definitely get out to promote. Support the CFA.
2 days, 11 games.
Yeah, so there's a lot of games going on. A lot of kids will be participating. So get out if you have nothing else to do this weekend. I don't think there's any really bad weather coming in, so we should be good. No snow like it was this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was up. So we should be good to go. But once again, thank you to everybody out there in the CFA organization, all the way from the administration, all the way down for all the work that you guys do. And we're looking forward to the Turnpike Classic last weekend.
We'll be out.
Last weekend, my man.
That's it.
That's it. So we appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is Dave Brixius.
This is Joe Cleezy.
And this is the program.